Okay, hello. Welcome everyone to another Sarasalandcast. I'm your host Reroll Zero. I know it's been. Ooh, I forgot I turned off my phone. Or turned the volume down off my phone. Just to make sure I can type real quick. My keyboard's out of not focus, but oh, okay. I gotcha. I gotcha, Fire. Cause yeah. My bad. I saw you were streaming as well, but I wanted to get back on the regular track of trying to record podcasts because gaming is great. Gaming is enjoyable, but again, I think it's like when I started streaming. At least a game that I didn't really enjoy playing, specifically Smite. Um, or I there's some enjoyable aspects about it, but again, like the negatives outweigh the positives. So I tried it again last night. Matches were really laggy, and I just was like, I uninstalled it one more time, and I just that's probably for the best. So um anyway, so I wanted to get back in the regular habit of uploading podcasts because um again it's one of those things where again, gaming is enjoyable, but I think when doing or when we're working on a podcast, it gets me like focused. It gets me like really uh gets me really like talking and focusing and being able to have a comprehensive conversation. And it's I feel like it's really difficult to do that when gaming because again you're so focused on the game that you may not be able to. And I know this issue, and I want to improve on it. That the talk consistently. And again, I don't think I can talk consistently when gaming because again, for the most part, oh, I should probably there we go, much better. For okay, okay, you know what? I'll close the extra chat because that I know that doesn't look super great. Um, but get the niceties out of the way or the pleasantries out of the way before we start. Um, again, Shin's one of my mods. He helps me out a lot. He's been streaming more recently, which is good. Other than that, hopefully, he'll drop by there. I don't know if he's here now. Let's see. No, he's not here right now, but that's fine. But I know he's been more busy as of late, but that's fine because uh, if he needs to take care of something, that's perfectly fine. But no, yeah, yeah, Fire. Like again, it's specifically difficult to not say anything, especially when you're streaming by yourself, and even with reaction, it's it just depends. It just depends if it's a slow game, it's a fast game. It oh I okay and but again, it really behooves you or improves the stream or improves the podcast or whatever by having more people, especially to talk to. Um, but yeah. Again, thank you for stopping by. And but yeah, it's difficult to, like I was saying, it's difficult to form cohesive sentences or make cohesive content when you don't have something to say. Um, but anyway, as we're going forward with the pleasantries, um, Shrimpy, he's one of my mons. He's one of my friends. He hopefully what's it called? Hopefully he'll show up today. I don't know if he's in right now. Let's see. No, not right now, but that's fine. Um, I know he's been busy as well, but that's part of life. And lastly, but not least, Devo Yuri, he's one of my mods. He's here right now. Um, he's a really good. He's a pretty good streamer, so follow him if you can. Other than that, I think we have time to, or I think it's time to move on to the main subject at hand. Right, right. Shrimpies probably at work right now. Um, I remember, yeah, Shrimpies at work right now. Deviary is right here, or Deviary might be at work as well. I don't know. Um, but yeah, Shrimpy is pretty solid. Shin solid. Deviary is pretty solid. So we go on with the um subject at hand. It's a game called Abzu. Abzu is really and I'm gonna performance mode. Okay. And I'm glad I got a really I'm glad I got a chance to play it. I kind of wanted to what's it called? Have like a little I can't even think of the word. Like a little demo reel, but unfortunately, I think Absu, at least maybe a year ago, went off of Games Pass, and I haven't had enough money to buy it at because again, I played it before, and a lot of trying to be more money savvy and try and save money for games that I haven't played, especially uh, um, a lot of the videos I uploaded recently, specifically Poi, Ninja Pizza Girl, Armella. I really wanted to buy Armella for the longest time, and same thing with Ninja Pizza Girl. That was when I remember Poi, but I didn't have it. I didn't add it to the wish list immediately. But Apsu, I think, is going to be another game that I want to buy. But again, I want to kind of just buy more games that are kind of goofy or interesting or just different in general. Um, Hang on real quick. So Absu is a really solid game. A big factor of it is, or almost the entire game revolves around you swimming or diving in that matter. If I was gonna say real quick, Fire or Yuri, if you don't want me to say spoilers, say something now because it's a really interesting facet about the game that I wanted to bring up because I feel like it kind of helps bring the game into focus and kind of has a more interesting story to see. Um, but I think I was gonna say right before I say that, my bad. The game was developed by several people that worked on Journey slash Flower, and those games they were non-violent. Journey specifically is famous for you didn't know the other person's gamer tag or user ID, but you played co-op with them, and then their username would show up at the end, and and I think that's just fast. That's absolutely fascinating. Again, both Flower and I think Journey were non-violent, so Apsu is another game where um, there are there are not so much violence happening. I think the only thing um, that is considered violence in Apsu is I wish they bring Journey or at least Flower to the Xbox Live store, but I don't think that's gonna happen because it was on PSN. Uh, not well, maybe I don't know. Was Journey exclusively on PSN? I'm not too sure. But so yeah, it's made by a couple people that made Journey, Flower, um, and so it kind of translates to Abzu as well. Again, like I was saying, the only thing about violence in the game is that some of the other bigger fish, the predators, will eat the smaller fish, and yeah, I get it, but at the same time, it's like it's as I guess like circle of life type thing. Um, so there's a lot of uh there's a lot of big fish. Um, I I got you, Yuri, because yeah, that was honestly the biggest uh or at least an interesting game. I've heard about, like, mostly in passing. Didn't look too much research about it. But now after playing Absu, I kind of wanted to play Journey as well because if it's kind of the same experience where you're kind of looking at like nature and all that. Okay, so it is possible to buy it on Windows. Okay, maybe I will at one point buy Journey. Oh, my bad. I think my cursor was over there. Thank you for the host, Yuri. So, um, but yeah. What was I gonna say? Um, yeah, maybe I'll buy that. Maybe I'll buy Journey on Windows and stream that one day. Speaking about streaming today, I know we have this one right now. Um, I was thinking about uploading Beyond Eyes. I was always wanting to save that for a while, but I think probably the best time is now so I think I'll stream Beyond Eyes. Don't worry, you don't have to jump into the stream. I'm just mostly uploading it for a long play, and then I think after that we can get to Monster World because I imagine that's probably hopefully coming out soon. I don't know if it already has. But yeah, I'm glad I was able to complete Monster World 4 because then I could uh be able to play the entire game and not have difficulties. I think the only difficulties for Monster World was 4 was the first boss, but other than that, I think every other boss is be able to beat. Sorry, tangent. Um, but yeah, Absu is a really fantastic game. It's a really chill atmosphere. Again, there's big fish like whales and sharks, and I think it's like there's sea cows. I can't. Um, was it I can't. I can only think of sea cows. I can't think of. It's not dugongs. I'm only thinking about wild thornberries for some reason. But it's like and it's not a walrus. It's a manatee. I think a manatee. Yeah, there we go. And you'll see most of the bigger fish. There are unlockable and it's basically there's shells on the ground. I think they look like nautiluses or nautili. I don't know what the plural of nautilus would be. Um, and I was thinking about it too. Did you try out Absu, Yuri? Because again, it's like it was on Games Pass and I downloaded it, and again, it was very fantastic, and I recommend it if you can try it. Um, but you'll unlock or release extra creatures through finding nautilus shells, and they're kind of like a collectible, but they're really necessary to increase or to make the game more appealing, because I think it's like you find a nautilus shell and I think it will release sea turtles in another biome or another section of the underwater that you're uh, playing the game. There's also the another collectible type thing called these that are like these like shark statues that kind of look like moe, those kind of like tribal type things, and they're really cool because once you find them, you'll sit on them, and then it's kind of like a fancy screensaver, but you'll unlock them later, and they're just called meditation. But it's really nice that that I mean, you get a fancy screensaver, but it's still nice in general to have something that if you didn't have anything else, you could just put that on and just kind of basically fall asleep to it, I guess, because it's very again, very chill, very enjoyable game. Um, Apparently from working on a couple of things for research for Abzu, it was apparently it was smart to name the game Absu because it was the name of an ocean deity some time ago, or like not millions of years, but like because it was like humans have only been like on the planet for like 25,000 years or something like that. Um, or again, it's humans have only been on the planet for a shorter amount of time, like versus dinosaurs or like amoeba or like I don't know crocodiles or something like that. Um, but again, another fantastic aspect of it is besides seeing some of the other big fish is that you'll go from like the start as tropical waters uh to dark waters. So like I don't remember if I saw like deep sea fangly fishes. I'm sorry, I don't remember the name of deep sea fangly. It's like anglerfish, right? I think yeah, they are called anglerfish, and yeah, I think it's like I like to call them deep sea fangly fish because I think it was a strong bad email eons ago. So um but yeah, other than that, I can't think of anything else to say about Absu that's not already been said. Um, uh, it's a fantastic game if you haven't already tried it. I think it's only $20, which isn't too bad, especially for an indie game. Um, Again, it's not like a 40 or 30, or definitely not 60. Um, Before we go, because this one might be really quick. Do you have any questions, Yuri, or do you have any comments before we go, or nah? Okay, okay. Well, it's been short, but at the same time, I don't know what else to say. Um, I was thinking I was going to include talking points about Mercenaries, uh, the LucasArts slash Pandemic development company. But at the same time, I think that's for another stream entirely. So, thank you very much, Fire, for dropping by. Thank you very much, Yuri, for hanging out for a little bit. Um, This has been Reroll Zero signing off.